It appears that the steep set has seen much better days, but perhaps we could do some repairs to bring about better days also into the future. What do you say about that, Durin?
I am saddened by the loss of the Sabadi bean, but I am not surprised.
Who knows how long ago the clutching fingers of the orcs might have prized them from their settings in the steep set, and to what vile holes they might have been brought. But it is my hope that the light of the Zabanibin will remain undimmed, and perhaps their shining radiance will guide us to them. They may yet emerge, and when they do, I will place them once more atop the steep set, a treasure of the mountain home restored. Alright? Yes?
Listen here. The words of Prince Durin stirred in me a desire to find the Zabadi bean, no matter the danger.
Once the Zabada bean are found, I will give them to the prince and earn myself a noble place in the annals of Gundabad's reclamation. Alright. And what do you need me to do after that, I wonder?
It is my hope to find one of the Zabadi bean.
And no, why am I aiming so low at only one? Say instead that I shall be the one to find all 7 of the sacred stones, and let the name of Stali the Hewer echo in every dwarf hall from here to the Blue Mountains. Now that I have spoken the dream aloud, I detect in it a flaw. How am I to deliver 7 such valuable stones to Prince Durin? Each of the Zabada beans should be carefully handled, and I should fear to drop one when the time comes to pass them into the prince's hands. Ha ha! A solution comes. I will not deliver the stones into Durin's care individually, but rather fashion into a larger work of art. But what? Perhaps a statue of the prince himself, holding aloft one or more of the gems? Mayhap the statue can wear a belt with the 7 stones embedded within. Worry not, though. These problems can be solved. There is the small matter of finding the Zabadi bean. I sent my assistant Eskil Bloodthumb to search Deepsgrade for works of dwarf art and might be recovered from the orcs. Find him and tell him he is to also search for these gems. All right, I shall do so. I shall do so. Something tells me I'll be looking for these gems while I am looking for copper, marble, amethyst, and all sorts of other things. Ah, this looks like a few things that could be useful in repairing the throne. Some amethyst, some copper. Anything else around here? No, not much. Ah, here's the long-suffering apprentice now. Hello.
Oh, hello there, friend.
My master sent me to search Deepsgrave for valuable works of dwarf art he might restore, but I have heard from scouts that the caverns crawl with foes, and the orcs have a village there. Yes, they do have a presence there. Yes, you've been asked to search for the Zabadi bin while you're searching for other things. Oh my, yes, I will do my best, although I am not very practiced at the combat arts. Actually, you're an accomplished adventurer. Do you think you could observe my fighting skill for my combat form, whatever it is that your heroes look for, and tell me that if I might be doing it wrong? Thank you very much, friend. Watch me closely and tell me what I need to improve. Alright? Alright. Well, you're doing fine until you drop the axe.
Yes, sorry.
Am I being sent to my death, Pine Leaf? Reports of Deep's Grave make it sound like a den of foes crawling with orcs and goblins, and you have seen what happens to me when I try to wield an axe. I am apprentice to Stali, and I must do as he orders, but if I venture into the Deep's Grave as I am now, I am surely going to perish, and my master will need another apprentice. I know that you're busy with your other duties, but do you think you could find a dwarf at Mangrin that might instruct me in the ways of combat? What I need is a good teacher, skilled and patient both. And I'll see if I could find you a teacher then. Usually they ask me to accompany them. This was actually asking for a teacher. I think that's progress. Ah, after a long hunt, I finally found the beast they call Kurthar. Let's deal with him and get out of this place. I've seen orcs. I've seen vile bugs. I've seen cave beasts. I've seen trolls. I also found some nice materials to use on the throne. But I think I'm done with this place. Now, I wonder if there's anyone here who'd be willing to train an apprentice sculptor on how to battle. Hello there.
I am too busy to provide such teaching. I'm sorry.
Well, okay, I guess that's be true for Master Smith, and I presume his assistant will say the same thing.
Durin's folk shall endure, as we always have.
I forge metal into weapons. I do not refine inexperienced dwarves into warriors. Find someone else. Well, that is pretty much what I expected. Now, who else is there? Durin, I got some materials to help to fix that throne. I'm going to take care of that in a moment. But I was wondering, do you know of anyone who might be able to help to train someone who's going to be looking for those gems for you? I have little time to spare for such instructions as Eskel Bloodthumb requires. There must be someone else who can teach the lad. Well, I'm not too sure about a Jolruka in this particular event. You expect me to teach a young Longbeard how to fight? He would not survive the experience, I assure you, even had I the time to spend. Ooh. No one at the camp is willing. I wonder about Trosty here.
Eskel Bloodthumb seeks a trainer in the arts of war.
I have seen Eskel following that imperious sculptor through the halls of Modegard, a cowed and shivering figure. He's no warrior, not yet at least. I and my axe will make him a worthy addition to the Gavilaha, much as his master carves unhewn stone into the figures of royal shape. By my training's end, he will fear nothing, but not before. Bring him my first lesson. Get away from Deep's Grave. You're not ready for such a place as that. Tell him, too, that once he is returned to a place of safety, I will find him for a second lesson. A dead dwarf is no help to his master or his prince, and with my help he will not become one. All right. I will inform him of that as soon as I get back to Deep's Grave. Actually, maybe I should talk to him first before handling anything else, because I wouldn't want any delay to give him cause to jump directly into the Deep's Grave.
Trosty has agreed to teach me what he knows of combat? That is fine news.
Thank you. Have you seen his axe? That is a dwarf who knows a thing or two about slaying orcs, and better yet, he knows how to stay alive while he does it. It will take some time before I learn what Trosty has to teach me. I will venture to Deep's Grave once my new teacher deems me ready to go, but it might be a while. Could I ask you to bring word to my master that I will be delayed? You should find him in Margaret, I expect. Hmm. Oh, one more thing. Yes, make sure not to sign anything. What? Make sure not to sign anything. Oh my. Sounds like his master is very strong with contracts. Perhaps before I speak to Stolly the Hewer, I need to speak with Akator here because I have this claw to return to him, right?
I?
Ooh, this is the claw of Kurthar indeed. Many a steep set will rejoice to see this beast no more when traveling through Modagard. You have done a good deed, Pineleaf. Well, that's nice. Right, that is one mission accomplished. Now, right, I need to speak to Stolly the Hewer, right? Oh, yes, of course. I need to take care of the throne first. Surely that's more important than speaking with the smith. There you go. Ah, the copper makes it look much, much, much better. Yes, perfect. Now, let's add some marble to it. Alright, good. Now, how about some amethyst to give it a nice glowy shine? Oh, yes. Much better. It'll be even better when it has the 7 gems on it, but there's only so much I could... Oh. I was thinking that there were 7 small but prominent gems in here, but now I see that... We're talking about some impressive gems there when we get the real ones. Very impressive. What do you say about that, Reesty?
Have you a moment?
We've done it! The throne of Zidir Nesad has been rebuilt! While it has been rebuilt, it has not been restored. The 7 sacred gems are still missing. Yes, I've heard about that. Yes, without those gems, the throne will never be made completely whole. If I learn of the whereabouts of any of these gems, I will be the first to let you know. I'm sure that together, in time, we'll be able to restore the seat, just as we will be able to reclaim Gundabad. Well, that is good. Excellent. Most excellent. Oh, have you seen the hero anywhere around here? Oh, back at the Noble Gate. Oh, how about that? I made a long side trip. A shame. Oh, yes, and I needed to come here to speak with Varthmoth about all those insects that I investigated.
Thank you for assisting me.
I have noticed that the Gredbig here are more frenzied than I anticipated. I assumed our presence might put them into a bit of a frenzy, though there seems to be something else which aggravates them. I have heard that orcs lurk within the lower reaches of Matugard. Perhaps they are poisoning the Gredbig with some vile concoction. Let us test the hive samples that you have collected. Perhaps then we will learn more. Right? I suppose that we can do that. Ah, this workbench looks like the perfect place in which to do our testing. Let's see. No traces of poisons here. How about this sample? No orcish poisons that I can see. Well, I don't know what he's going to think about that report. No poisons.
You found no signs of poison.
How very strange. If they are not poison, then something else upsets them. Something more than us and the orcs. Something more than us and the orcs.
It is not just the Greddig who are in a frenzy throughout Matugar.
They're not the only ones under a frenzy. I have just spoken with one of the dwarves of Asbaj-Kifin, who informed me that the stone claws of Matagard also act strange. They have even been spotted attacking old buildings and pillars with strange runes upon them. I believe we should investigate. When you have subdued the frenzy stone claws and gathered these strange runes, let us continue to the steep set. A group of dwarves has recently gained control of the throne of Zidar Nisad. Yes, I've recently repaired that throne. Well, we just hope that the claws don't go around breaking it. Well, I suppose it's more important for me to investigate these stone claws than it is for me to inform Stolly the Hewer that his apprentice will be delayed. I must admit that some of the cave claws I've seen around here were a bit more aggressive than the usual ones. Hey, look at that. This definitely is frenzied. Let's see if we can find out anything from how he acts. Here we are. Hold on. Strange runes. Let's have a look at this. Alright. There's one. There's another. And maybe this will help us to solve the riddle. Do you know of any riddle? Yep, you're frenzied. Alright, fine. I guess he won't know where I can find more runes at since he was attacking the column instead. Oh yes, and I also need to investigate this mirror, the second moon mirror plaque. I certainly put that off too long. Certainly more important than speaking with that smith. A plaque moved inward, activating some mechanism in the old fountain. Well, that maybe started the thing. Now where's the next plaque? I have recovered those runes.
I do not know what to make of these runes.
I am certain that these runes are the cause of the frenzy in some of these stone claws, however. There must be someone of note at the steep set to whom we could bring these runes. Alright, let me try. Who would know something about these runes? Ah! This looks like the perfect door. Maybe they'll know. Ah! Thank you!
Put your back to the past and to the wind.
I have not seen these runes before. They look faintly Agmarim from what I have seen of their buildings and obelisks. If there are any fell sorceries inside of them, then they must be destroyed. Agmarim.
There is much to be done and little time for talk.
Yes, I will see to the destruction of these runes that you have given me. You have my word. Now, I have just recently been informed about something that might interest you and your Bjorning friend. There seems to be more frantic Stoneclaws nearby in a large burrow called Ronglagam. It might be worth investigating. Rogagam is not far from the foundations of Steepset. Dwarf-made buildings are as sturdy as they come, but nothing can last from the continuous gnawing of these cave claws. Perhaps I should check that out.
The new information that Voina has given us is concerning.
Could there be more strange runes on the side of Matagard as well? We should travel towards the burrows of Roglagon as soon as we are able and collect some more samples. Of course we should. Of course we should. What will we find in Roglagon? And will I ever make it to that master sculptor? We'll have to find that out in the next episode of The Legacy of Durin.